Diet and exercise are important for your hair, but they're also important for your entire well-being. Basically, whatever goes into your body comes out of your body. So if you have poor diet, then it's going to show in your hair, it's going to show in your skin, it's going to show it in your energy level as a whole. Whether you're maintaining a healthy exercise regimen, even if it's just walking for 30 minutes, anything that gets the blood flowing to anything will get the blood flowing to your scalp. Drink lots of water. The recommended is 64 ounces, which would be 8 cups. But let's be realistic. If you don't drink 64 ounces now, you're not going to just start doing it tomorrow. So just make sure you're trying to work your way up. Maybe going through water bottles, try. If you just really don't drink water at all, maybe you drink 1 bottle now, and then tomorrow you're drinking 2 bottles. Work your way up to that 8, because it really is important. I haven't gotten there yet, and I am trying, but I'm trying. So your hair and your skin kind of go hand in hand. So some good foods for your hair and skin would be salmon, dark green vegetables, beans, nuts, whole grains, eggs. Those kinds of foods would be really good for you. There's lists all over the internet. You can find them anywhere if you need more information. Keep that hair moisturized. Condition, condition, condition. So when your new growth is coming in, the line between your natural hair and your perm hair is called the line of demarcation. This line is very fragile because your natural hair is growing in very strong and it's trying to just get rid of your perm hair. And so it's very important that you keep this line moisturized so that your hair doesn't just break off during your transition process. While your step 4 and 5 kind of go hand in hand, and so when you are transitioning, your hair may look a mess. It may look a mess, and this is before styling, I mean. So it's important that you don't try to match your new growth with your perm hair, because that will result in you just frying your hair all the time, and by the time you actually apply natural, you may not have a curl pattern anymore. So that's probably one of the most important things that you can do, is to not try to match those 2 textures. So if you plan to just wear your hair out and just enjoy this time period, some styles that you can match your perm hair to your natural hair would be braid outs, twist outs, bantu knot outs. These are all styles that you're still going to see, your hair is still going to be out. It's going to be free flowing, it's going to be out. Some styles that are protective styles, which are styles that are meant with the purpose to save your ends, which would be things to continue your hair growth, keep your hair moisturized, that kind of thing. I personally have never really gotten into protective styles, unfortunately, but I am trying. It really requires innovation, you could say, or just time to really do them. And those things would be the like flat twists, cornrows, bunning. There's a lot of gurus and other hair blogs do a lot of bunning challenges, which is when you're just bunning your hair for like 3 months, and I personally can't get jiggy with the bunning. Other things would be wigs, weaves. Yeah, girl, we're gonna come back to that. Any kind of twist, whether it's semi-gliss twist or the chunky twist, those are good. Individuals, micros can be touchy. A lot of these styles where you're adding extensions to your hair, the most important thing is that you're able to talk to your stylist, that they don't get them too tight, because you can pull out your edges, which can lead to alopecia and just some of the other things. And it's just, you don't want to have to deal with that. So just make sure you're able to vocalize what you want from your stylist. And basically, it's just anything, good hairstyles or anything that doesn't involve you putting heat to your hair every day.
So please get back to the weave.
I'm glad you asked. Weaves, sewing in particular, are actually good protective styles for your hair. Because think about it, your hair is cornrowed up and it's not being exposed to the elements or your clothing, which can actually run down your edges. And so where the problem comes is when people put their hair in these weaves and then they just leave them there. Can't see my hair, so it doesn't exist. So then you take the weave out and your hair is dry and it's breaking off, and that's where the problem really comes. So when it comes to weaves, it's important that you still maintain that moisture in your hair, because that line of demarcation is very sensitive, and if you just set it and forget it, then it will forget you and will fall out. Now this is something you should be doing already, whether you're permed and plan to be permed the rest of your life or you're transitioning. Making sure that you are setting your hair at night with something made of silk or satin. So whether that's a silk bonnet, whether it's a silk pillowcase, whether it's a silk scarf, something, because silk is the fabric of transience. Yes. The cotton in your sheets and your pillowcases will dry your hair. It absorbs all moisture, so it will dry your hair out. And then if you are not a sound sleeper, then you're sleeping and you're rubbing it against you're rubbing your hair against the fabric, which can again wear it down, which is the same as if your hair was rubbing on your shirt the entire day. Supplements are not necessary, but some people swear by them. I'll use them sometimes, but I find it hard to stay consistent. Some good supplements to help your hair grow, not to make your hair grow, consist of. So first, just biotin. And biotin, there's debates on biotin as to how much you actually need and if it actually helps you, because it's only a certain amount of anything that can go into your body before your body's just going to expel it. So if you're buying, I don't know, 10,000 milligram biotin and your body only needs, again, these numbers are not correct, your body only needs maybe 2,000, you just spent all this extra money for 8,000 more milligrams, your body's just going to excrete. So like make sure if you do choose to use like biotin that you really are doing research on it. Because some research shows that unless you have a biotin deficiency that it really doesn't even help you. So that's just a waste of money. But do some research and you can find out more information on it. Second supplement would be a prenatal vitamin, which is for women who are pregnant, but it is also just a souped up multivitamin that is good for anyone. And being that that's one way that a lot of pregnant women end up getting extreme hair growth or just glowing skin or whatever, it's because of the diet they have to be on when they're pregnant. So keep that in mind. Another supplement is just a basic multivitamin because, like I said back in step 2, that diet and exercise, and if you are not able to get all of those foods for your diet, sometimes, again, don't depend on this, but a multivitamin can make those replacements that you missed. Another supplement option is fish oil, which contains a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which is really good for healthy and shiny hair. Is do research. While watching YouTube and getting information from gurus is great, watch my channel. Make sure you're doing your own research, because how are they getting this information? By doing research. And so the best way to be informed is to inform yourself. If you want to learn about the science of your hair, learn about ingredients and products that may help or harm your hair. Learn about things like the protein moisture balance. Did you know that you could actually over moisture your hair? Though it's not likely for us kinky-headed girls, but it is possible. This is all things that you learn by doing your research. Lastly, don't forget to enjoy yourself. Watching your hair grow is like watching paint dry. It's almost as like the more you watch it, the less it actually happens. I realized that my hair grew the fastest when I was completely occupied by something else. And I just went to do a twist out one day and it was like down to here. And I was like, what? So, I mean, just make sure you really enjoy yourself. Again, I don't think there's any problem with doing hairstyles, but I would say like wear your hair out a couple times. Like just embrace it, get to love it.